Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your July 2025 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. Apologies about last month. I couldn't get the readings out. I had a whole week of weird technology happening. It was the week of where we had the solar storm, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but I'm back. So welcome. My name is Robyn. I'm a channeler and tarot reader. So let us go into your reading for July. We're going to get a theme with the Moonology deck. Then we're going to be using my deck for where you're at, what you want, what's working in your favor, challenge for the month, likely outcome, and a message from Spirit. Okay, so let us see Aquarius. What's happening with you? Okay. The energy is gaining momentum, a waxing moon. Okay. So whatever you've been working on, you're starting to see the fruits of your labor, okay? You can start to see the trajectory of what you are working on. So a lot of energy coming forward. Again, it's energy. Whether we place a positive or negative impression upon it is really your personal choice, okay? So where are you focusing your energy? Are you kind of leading into kind of lack mentality, victim mentality, kind of things beyond your control? Or are you focusing on abundance, on connection, on divinity, on love, right? So let us find out. So whatever you're working on, it's amplifying this month for you. Now, I am using my deck over here, right? This is a telepathic tarot deck. It will be on next month. It comes in a beautiful little tin, okay? And you also get a little Celtic cross spread with it as well to follow. So, and some keywords. So you can actually judge for yourself. If you're a beginner in tarot, you can have a go yourself. Now, it's with me in Spain at the moment, so I'm going to be taking back to the UK in a couple of weeks and then send it to the warehouse. So if you're interested in a deck and you want a deck, just send me an email and I will notify you when they are on my online shop. And I did all the painting for this oil paints, which took a couple of years. So this is a labor of love 5 years later. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, Aquarius. Let us see what energy they're talking about here. Okay. Bear with me 2 ticks. Okay, I'll just show you quickly and then we'll clarify and then we'll talk it through, okay? You start off with the Ace of Pentacles. So you know that you are ready to take on a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles talks about something that can stand the test of time, something that will pay back. It may take longer, it's not a quick fix, right? But it's something that if you nurture, it will get back to you. Now, it is a Pentacle, so we can talk about, money, like a new job, a new position, new wealth that's coming in, or something that you can kind of nurture and mold and create that what it is you want. Money, Pentacles can also talk about properties, so anything that's materialistic or dense in our lives, okay? But it's fruitful, which is nice. So it's a good way to start the month, okay? Your desire is, we got the 2 of Pentacles over here, so you feel a little bit stretched for time this month. But remember, in the way I've depicted this card, this is actually an Olympic gymnast who has already had 2 gold medals. But so what this basically says is you are the master at the moment of managing to balance yourself. The ducks represent looking as if they're very calm on the water, but underneath their feet are their webbed feet are going like crazy, to keep them looking calm and smooth. And this gymnast is trying to balance themselves in a very slippery position in rain. So you are wanting to, it could feel like you're walking a bit of a tightrope this month, right? In terms of energy. Now it is Pentacles again. So we're talking about money again. We're talking about, physical assets, physical stuff, even food, right? Anything that's physical that we need to keep our handle on. So it may feel like, it's a bit of a juggling act. and you want to make it work. It feels like you can make it work, but it just may take a little bit of extra caution, expertise, and mastery, which I think you have. What's working in your favor this month is you closing something off, which is great because you can't start something new until you close something off. We have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands talks about bringing home the harvest, okay? Now, I've depicted it as this guy who's got that final little bridge to cross, and that's his destination, but he's a little bit tired, and so he's had all of his water, and he's got his green bags that he's been carrying. So he is tired, he is exhausted, but he knows that it's so close. He's just there. So everything's really kind of like this month for you, but you're so close to the goal, right? And usually what happens is it feels like it's an upward battle, and then when we reach a certain level, all of a sudden everything kind of goes very, very fast, which is what the energy is gaining momentum on. This new beginning that you're wanting to do, this closure of a chapter, usually when we're kind of juggling both things, starting something new, closing something off, right? That's the juggling act, the balancing act. The challenge for you this month is you just feel a little bit kind of unstable. We've got the 4 of Wands showing up. The 4 of Wands really talks about holidays. It talks about feeling kind of like you got a good grounding, a good strong foundation, and a work-life, like a work-play balance, a good lifestyle balance. Well, it feels to me like you're trying to keep that in check this month, but it is going to be challenging. So you may not have as much time as you wanted to, but particularly if you're kind of juggling a lot. And you may feel slightly insecure that it's like, so I'm trying to explain this image I'm getting. When you're walking on moving plates, you're walking on moving steps, right? It's like a labyrinth, right? So no one can ever feel kind of solid because you're constantly on the move, constantly kind of doing or reacting or responding to things, okay? So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Maybe this month is not going to be very calm in terms of taking time out, but we are in like the summer season of the Northern Hemisphere. So often this is a time when people do sometimes take some time out in July, right? And you may dedicate or allocate some time for that, but you may still be feeling a little bit kind of torn because you've got something that needs to be closed, something needs to be opened, right? Closing of a cycle, starting something new in the background, which may impact your ability to kind of relax, okay? Also, I will just say as well, it's not coming up in this reading yet, but with the other readings I've done so far, it does seem like July will present some sort of kind of major event in the world that will affect, our either electronics or power outages or something like that. Solar flares are pretty full on at the moment. So anything on a kind of a major scale, on a global scale, could also be impacting our collective energies to feel secure, right? Things are changing and we all know it's happening. It's just ramping up. So I think July is going to cause a little bit of difficulty for everyone in that regard. The outcome is the Hermit, right? So by the end of the month, you will be deciding that you need to kind of go into your shell a little bit and decide for yourself how you want to progress further, okay? Taking some time out and suss things out. Do some soul searching, okay? And it's a perfect timing for it because I think the month is going to be very busy. So let's have a look. Right. Let's see, Aquarius, let's clarify this for you. I'm using the mini Rider-Waite deck. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like everything is go, go, go in July, and then by the end of the month, you're like, I've had enough. I need some time. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, we've got the 7 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, we've got the 5 of Swords, 10 of Wands, we've got the 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, and the Hermit, we've got the High Priestess. Nice, Aquarius. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, you want to bring that new beginning into being. It's clarified by the 7 of Swords, which reflects the determination to do something against the grain, not in the conventional way, thinking outside the box. So it feels to me like you've got this brand new opportunity, or you're concocting this brand new opportunity in your life, relative to money, relative to finance, relative to kind of materialistic things, but you're doing it in an out the box thinking way. You're very strategic. You're kind of sorting it all out in your head and working out all the parameters of that as it results to either technology or communication, but anything of a mental capacity. So you're thinking it through, okay? But your desire is you're kind of, even though you're walking a bit of a tightrope this month, okay? Your desire is to cut something out and to kind of go, you know what, this is not working for me anymore. I need to kind of reassess because, and maybe that's why you've got this new beginning over here, right? So you're figuring out a way of what to do about how do you work out strategically, mentally, planning how to better your position so that you're not feeling like you are overstretched. And it may cause some people around you to not be on board with this decision, but you're like, you know what, I need to do this. I've got to figure this out, okay? Because I cannot remain in this position forever, right? Now, what's working in your favor is the 10 of Wands, and it's clarified by the 3 of Wands, okay? So you've got Wands energy here. This is what's helping you. You're closing something off with regards to your energy, the things that you are working on. Wands energy is solar plexus. It's anything of an action orientation, okay? It is fueled by your sense of spirit, your mojo. 3 of Wands is kind of like waiting for it to come in, right? You've got your rods firmly in the ground and you're like looking out. He's actually looking onto an ocean and waiting for the ships to come in. So what's working in your favor is if something's taking a little bit longer to complete, even though you're close to bringing home the harvest, know that that's actually, the delay is actually serving you, right? There's a waiting period. There's a kind of a pause. You need to rest. You can't do that final stretch unless you rest first, okay? That's the biggest thing that's helping you this month. The challenge is you're really wanting to create that sense of stability in your life with a work-life balance, right? A good lifestyle. And you're wanting everyone else to be on the same page. So you're the architecture of this in the 3 of Pentacles. You are designing it and you're trying to say, okay, I need you guys on board with me. I need you to collaborate with me because I'm designing this new way that's going to serve us all, right? It's going to help us all and repair things so that we have that balance, but it's turning up in a challenge position. So when it does that, it may be that maybe people aren't on board with your decisions, with your plans. Perhaps they are not willing to do their part. Perhaps they just want something new. They don't want to repair something that's already been established, okay? Again, it's just a challenge. It's something to work through. Maybe it needs to be more of an open heart to heart, okay? Maybe it's establishing what their perspectives are. But where you feel kind of balanced and happy, sorry, my nose is suddenly very itchy. Where you feel like, you know, you've got a very strong foundation, that's, you're doing everything you can to create that, but it is a challenge. You're just kind of too busy this month, right? And it may be that other people feel, sorry, my nose suddenly is so itchy. How bizarre. People may not be on board, right? So it'll be a challenge. The outcome is beautiful though, because it kind of puts you in a higher spiritual phase. You end the month kind of really reflecting, going into your shell with the Hermit, but it's clarified by the High Priestess. So what this is telling me is that you are really seeking higher wisdom from your higher self, from your ideas of your philosophies in life, your ethics, your morals, your sense of achievement, what is right versus what is wrong. These are big questions that you're dealing with, and and you're taking the time to do that, which is awesome. And that's why the delay in closing something off was so important this month, because you need to go through that to be able to sit with something and really do some internal investigation, right? And connect to your higher self and ask the questions that haven't been asked, the things beneath the surface, you know, the words between the words. What's it? No, reading between the lines, seeing beyond what's physically in front of you. In order to get, you wouldn't be able to get to that point unless you had something that was still a little bit in lingo, right? If it had been closed off, you go, done, right, next, okay? And then perhaps would have missed out on some of the deeper learning of it. So very interesting month for you, Aquarius. I'd be very interested to know how this pans out for you. Please do comment. I'd be interested because it is, it's looking at the bigger picture, essentially. You're at the crossroads between ending something, starting something, and it's that in-between transitional phase. Whoa, too many cards. Spirit, please. No. But you really kind of, your intentions are there to create, you know, a strong foothold, a new beginning that's going to be fruitful, long-lasting, a solid foundation, good lifestyle, all of that big stuff, right, for you and your family, or you and your loved ones. But actually, this month is kind of pushing in the direction of make sure you're good with you first. Check, go deep within yourself and see beyond what's literally in front of you, because that will help inform this new beginning that you're going to be starting. Okay. So Aquarius, what does Spirit say? Oh, itchy nose, how bizarre. Nice. Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So this is a message from Spirit, kind of encouraging you to take that leap of faith, to start that new beginning. Okay? Yes, by the end of the month, you may still be spending some time kind of figuring it out within yourself, seeing whether this new start, this new venture for yourself, even if it doesn't involve other people, is still what's right for you, right? And by all means, it's important to ascertain that. But what it's actually saying as well is that you've got this. We'll support you in this, okay? When the intentions are solid, when the intentions are promising and positive, right? We've got your back, okay? So, yeah, I hope that helps. Interesting month. Actually kind of exciting, but you're just really busy, okay? And everything is building up to a climax with the energy is gaining momentum. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I really hope it helped. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share, all of that good stuff. And have a very fruitful month, and I'll see you next time. Take it. Bye-bye.